All right, welcome everyone to a xosialX Super Saturday. Oh, I don't think it's sharing yet. Okay, it should be sharing now. Great. Welcome everyone to our xosialX Super Saturdays. xosialX is an opportunity for all of us to get exceptional. I just love this. Revolutionizing health, wealth, and the way that you earn. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about products that'll help you with the health, and we're going to talk about making money and something that we can do to build global partnerships around the world, making new friends, making money, having fun, doing all those wonderful things. So, to get us started here, I'm going to actually take a moment to go through some rank advancements that happened over the summer. We did take the summer off from Super Saturday, so a lot of stuff that was happening. We're going to go through those. And just so you know, in our compensation plan, we have these titles that start with manager. With the very first person that you sponsor, you become a manager one. You're managing one person that you've personally enrolled, and you earn some money. And then manager two, when you enroll your second person, you earn some more money. Manager three is special because we have the power of three, where you can earn 7 full levels in our compensation plan once you start earning, or once you start enroll your third person, and a lot of other great bonuses too. You can earn more in the power start and all kinds of wonderful things. So manager threes, we had a few rank advancements over the summer, and Gregory Hilliard, Marquette Ellis, Louis Laurie, and Andrew Roffling. So welcome. I mean, congratulations to all of our manager threes that promoted over the summer. And Chantel, oh, I gave you the hard ones, huh?
Of course you did. Manager four over the summer, Maria, Elena, Bradley. Do you know how to pronounce that last name, Colin?
Zarangu.
Rangu. Okay. And then Maria del Carmen Rodriguez Luis, and congratulations everyone who achieved manager four this summer.
Yes, and we're going to see some of those names again, and I'll try to get to them myself on the next time. All right, manager five. We had Maria Melissa Garcia Doniz, Carl Taft, and Julie Duaran.
Manager seven, Chad Newsome, Dale Thompson, Diana Bueller, Jonathan Carmona Montel, CYF Health, and Dominic Newsome. Congratulations for hitting manager seven.
Yes, and manager seven is amazing because once I have 7 personally enrolled members, I am now qualified for 15 levels in the compensation plan, 50% bonus on all my personally enrolled members' personal purchases, and a whole lot more in the comp plan. And once I have my 7th person, I am now qualified. I've met my personal requirements to go all the way to the very, very top of the comp plan. So from here, it's just about helping people build volume. And as I build 5,000 in volume, no more than 60% from one leg, I become a manager, or a 5K. And we had a 5K advancement this summer, Cody Turner. Congratulations, Cody. And Naira Garcia Chavez, and she's out of the Canary Islands. I started putting some flags in here.
That's
So
so
she's out of the Canary Islands. Congratulations, Naira. Now let's talk about August and September. So every month when we do it, we will do the previous month, which is August, but we're going to also give you the current month, anybody who's hit a rank so far in the current month. So far in the month of August and in September so far, we've had some rank advancements out of Spain, out of Canada, out of the United States, and out of Poland. So let's go through some of our August and September rank advancements. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one since there's a lot of names that Chantel doesn't want to do. Manager three, Rosaria Begonia Perez Morero, Sharonda Scott Saunders, David Godwin, Alejandra Luis Aguar, and Grazina Rezicka out of Poland. Some of these Poland names are a little harder. Congratulations to our manager threes.
all right. Manager four, we have Kyle Rote and Candace Smiley and AJ Fincart. Good job, guys. It's exciting to see all these names.
Yes, it is. Manager 5, Julita. She's on the line with us here today. Sazastek.
Manager 6, Gerald Rubinstein and Carrie Doskins.
And manager 7, boy, we got a lot of manager sevens internationally. This is amazing. Esther Pilar Benhage Trujillo, Maria Mercedes Reyes Garcia, Candice Gish, Mary Bithel, Tra Thak, Edita Lipkowska, Jeremy Feather, and Fred Holmes. We also had some higher ranking once again. Now it's after manager 7. You're building volume. We're finding people on the team that want to do the deal. We're helping them become successful and rank up to the comp plan. And when we get 5,000 in volume, we hit manager 5. Congratulations to Reed and Yvonne Nelson. And our newest 10K.
Pat Anderson. So exciting.
So exciting. And we're going to hear from Pat and from Reed and from Fred on our training here today. So with that, we also have a promotion, and Chantel's going to talk about promotions, but some of the promotions that are going on right now, we've got some winners already. And Chantel, I'm just going to let you cover this one as well as the other promotions that are still going on in September.
Absolutely. So we have the Power of 3 challenge. This is when you bring in 3 new customers, 3 new associates with 3 products, any 3 products. So Reed and Yvonne Nelson, congratulations. You've already earned it 3 times. So that's $50, 3 times, so $150. Naira Garcia Chavex, you have earned it twice. You've done it twice. So that is $50. These people have brought in so many people with 3 products each, which is so exciting. And then everyone who has done it once, you've earned $50. So Adyata Lipkowski, Allergena Louise, and Maria Mercedes Rez Garcia and PKM Ranch. So congratulations everyone who has won $50 once or a few times. There is still time to do this. We still have time. So this is on till the end of the month. And I will go over this promotion actually right now in a little bit more depth for everyone. All right, so the Power of 3 challenge, this is on for the rest of the month. This is when you're going to build your business, you're going to elevate your life, you're going to win big. So every new member you bring in with 3 products, so anyone you bring in with 3 products is going to count towards this challenge. And every time you bring in 3 new people, you qualify for an extra $50 bonus. This is on top of all your other pay, everything else an extra $50. There is no cap, no limit. You can earn the $50 as many times in September as you want. You'll get, of course, recognition, but every time you do this at least 3 times, like Yvonne and Reed have, you're going to get entered into a special drawing to win a xosialX hoodie. So I'm excited to see how many more people earn it by the end of the month. The second promotion we have on till the end of the month is the Dynamic Duo Special. This is only till the end of the month. So make sure you're locking in this special. If you put it on Smart Chip, you can keep it for life. So both these mists, the Glutamus and the Xanthamus, for $99.97. So make sure you tell everyone, because once September is over, you will not be able to get this promo again unless you keep it on your Smart Chip. Then you'll have it for life.
All right, so the next person that I want to introduce you to, we've just heard a little bit about. She's also PKM Ranch, by the way. I noticed one of the recognitions was under the business name, but these 2 speakers are going to be speaking together, which is why I kind of had them together. Anyway, Pat Anderson, she is a multi-million-dollar earner in this industry, a network marketing industry veteran who came in because of health products that changed her life, and she had to tell the world about it. Kind of a typical woman thing. That's why there's so many successful women in networking, because when we hear about something good, we got to share it with everybody. It's just part of our DNA, I guess. And she did that to the point that she became the top female income earner in one company, number five income earner in a company. She's earned, multi-millions of dollars, but she does this by helping people get healthy. It's all about health naturally. She's our newest 10K executive leader, and she's going to be talking to us about our wellness program along with Dr. Zinni. And of course, many of you know Dr. Zinni has been part of the xosialX family for years. He's an osteopathic and homeopathic physician. He works with integrative, functional, regenerative, and sports medicine. He is a pioneer to our Beyond Wellness program that you're going to be hearing about, and he loves people and he loves to heal. So please help me welcome Pat and Dr. Zinni to talk to us about social wellness.
Hey, Collie, thank you so much. I appreciate the introductions. Hey, Dr. Zinni, I'm looking forward to this today. All right. So, what I want to do is quickly go through the site and show you how to get information, to show you how to enroll, and share it with your other, people in your team and prospects. And then Dr. Zinni and I are going to talk about his part of the wellness and also about how you can market this. So let me share my screen right now and we will get it going. Okay, when you go into your back office, you're going to see social wellness, and all you have to do is click on that. So simple. All right, and it's going to talk about the whole program. And what I love about this is it's really in depth. Okay, so I'm just going to go down $59.97. Guess what? That is for a family of 7. So husband and wife or partners and up to 5 children from the ages of 2 to 26. Okay, so people go, oh, is that just for one person? No, it's for all 7 of you. All right. So what does it include? It includes all your virtual doctors. We have urgent care 24/7. All right. And we have doctors that speak in multiple languages that are able to assist you. They say 15 minutes to an hour kind of a deal. That is the normal. Well, we know how long it takes when we have to, go into the hospital sometimes and wait. I like the primary care because we actually get to pick our doctors. So we get to look at all their bios and find the one that suits us. And it's always going to be in your location. Please understand this is just for United States right now, could be coming to other countries soon. Now, once you pick your primary doctor, then you just go into and book the time that you want. They're going to have all of their available times. And usually you get into a primary doctor within 3 days. We also have mental health. This is so important to so many families, what we've gone through in the last few years, etc. The children are loving this. They can get on a screen and talk to the therapists and they can work through their issues. It's all included. Now, understand all 3 of these things, every single person in the family has 1 visit per month. All right? Just add up your costs on that. Now, it says right here, because we haven't updated this, we're in the process right now. It says pharmacy care, over 1,000 essential medications. Well, guess what? It's up to 4,900 right now. Okay, so we got to get all of those added in there. And if you're talking to your primary care and he's ordering blood pressure, cholesterol, whatever it is, they're going to ship it to you free of charge. No handling, no shipping charges, absolutely nothing. Now, Dr. Zinni and Dr. Templeton in this program are also going to be doing some newsletters, updating you on different things that are going to happen. And they're also going to do a question and answer at least a couple of times a month. This is all through the compensation plan. So as you're bringing people on board, they're going to be able, you're going to be able to earn some, rewards from them, and they'll be able to do the same thing. So we have this program, but guess what? We also have it with Dr. Zinni. So Dr. Zinni, come and explain your part of this.
I appreciate that. So again, my passion is helping people get to the root cause And that's what the deeper dive into beyond wellness is. It's diving deep into your concerns, your issues, and literally helping to cure people of diabetes, of cholesterol issues, of blood pressure. It's a journey, and it's not a pill to fix anything. It's lifestyle change. It's changing the way you think about things, how you approach things, and it's a journey. And I'm here to come alongside of you, help you to make that path easy for yourself. We're going to be posting some videos so that this way you'll have a little bit better understanding about how we can come alongside and help you with things that are outside of the traditional medicine. And we'll talk about that in a second. Thanks, Matt.
Excellent. Oh, together, this is a perfect plan. So understand, when you get on Dr. Zinni's plan, you also have that 59.97 included. So he's going to be working with you on all of that part too. And what's a great part about this, Dr. Zinni, is, people, maybe they're talking to their primary care doctor through the virtual. They can get the records and send them to you. So you're working in conjunction with the person that they already talked to, which is absolutely fantastic. So right now, we're going to have some fun here, Dr. Zini and I. We're going to talk about how you can market this program. So let me just stop my sharing for a second here. And this is really important to me because this is something that we all need to be marketing. I'm passionate about it because one of the things that we'll talk about is 28 million people in the United States do not have any insurance at all. Can you imagine? And so being able to offer this to the people is going to change their lives. So Dr. Zinni, I know you have some points that you want to hit on, the appointments, et cetera, on people, if they have to go into a doctor's office.
Yeah. So the big issue is uninsured or underinsured or access of care. Those are the kind of big buzzwords, if you will. And you already said it, Pat. 1 in 4 people are either underinsured or uninsured. And if you think about the population in the United States, that's a significant number of people.
Mhm.
The other kind of background is that on average, it's about 31 days to get into your brick and mortar primary care. And as Pat said, it's about 3 days for this. The wait time once you get into and have an appointment is about 30 minutes. The average drive time is about 30 minutes. So when you look at the economic burden, it's about $89 billion a year in lost time. So in 2 of my previous career moves, I was the medical director for Gala Winery and the medical director for Caesars Entertainment. And even though we tried to put an on-site primary care clinic, you still had access problems because people didn't want to leave the floor, leave their job to come in, or they couldn't get their prescription right then and there. They had to go to the pharmacy and wait in line at the pharmacy. So that's the access of care issue that this resolves. The other thing that happens is that people are financially strapped. So often part of that access is really a barrier because they can't afford the copay. They can't afford their medications.
Mm-hmm.
They can't afford to take time away. So I'm just going to give you a couple more statistics. And this is really what we're trying to go after and get after. And that is the small business market. There are 34.8 million small businesses in the United States. That that comprises approximately 99% of all businesses. And a small business is less than 50 full-time equivalents. And then one other statistic I'll give you, that is about 56 million people. So there's a huge market out there. And the last thing is our target markets, because we were batting around ideas about who should we kind of market this to. So I broke it up into big groups. So there's agricultural, fitness, grocers, health service, hospitality, insurance, and organizations. So agricultural are farmers, ranchers, wineries for those people that are in or around wine industry. Fitness, of course, fitness clubs, gyms, health clubs. Grocers, we have small mom and pop groceries like grocery outlet
Mhm.
here around us. So health food stores, health services. You wouldn't think about this, but and it's not intuitive, but chiropractors and dentists and ophthalmologists and optometrists, they're all small private practices and they can't afford usually to provide healthcare. So if we can fill that void and give them something where there's not a high deductible, there's not a huge out of pocket for medications, then it's a big gap. Hospitality, bakeries, delis, restaurants, insurance brokers, because right now there is a push to try to weed out or segregate out the they're called Medicare ambassadors or Medicare salespeople. So there's
Mhm.
going to be a void there. And the last is organizations. Go to your Chamber of Commerce, go to the SBA in your community and find out where these small businesses are. Make presentations to the Knights of Columbus or the Lions Club, or get on a podcast. I just recently got booked by a podcast called Doc Lounge. So it's all out there, and the whole idea is to help people get healthy and
Mhm.
kind of fill this void. There's a huge void in there, and as Pat said, there's anywhere from 28 to 55 million people that
Mhm.
need help, and we need to help them. I'm sorry, Pat, that was kind of long.
Just perfect, absolutely perfect. So I just want to hit one because
Sure.
there's one sector that has a great amount of turnaround, and that is in restaurants.
Mhm.
So because they pay them lower, it's just a big turnaround. Can you
Right.
imagine if the owner was able to offer them this service? Do you not think
Mhm.
that, the employees would stick around? But also, I'm a person on time management. I'm so big on it. If I could have my employee go into the back room, get on a computer for 15 minutes, talk to the doctor, and then pick up their medication if they need it after work,
Right.
I've just saved my business half a day. That is so important to me. And
Right.
and then what about us entrepreneurs? How
Mhm.
many do not have any insurance at all, or as you said, underinsured because you can't afford it?
Right.
So,
Right.
the market is so open for all of us. And I'm excited to be on this journey with you and the teams. And let's go for it. All right, back
Thank
to
you.
you, Colleen.
All right. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And, I really appreciate Dr. Zinni and his passion for people. I have had a concierge health plan for probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years because I don't want to just get one doctor's opinion, especially not the one that my health insurance pays for and won't let him spend more than 10 or 15 minutes with me. And that's just how it is, right? And you get one opinion. And I've always had my concierge doc as well that I can, I talk to. Now I've also got with this medical program, I've got a third person I can get an input for. And of course, we have friends and now with Dr. Zinni, you can really make much better choices with your health. The more information that you have, the better. All right, with that, we're going to go to our next speaker. And just to introduce very quickly, of course, you all know him. And I don't know why I went to the beginning. So, all right, I apologize. You know what the great thing is? This is live. The second thing is we can edit it for the video. All right, play from current slide. That's what I wanted to do. All right. So David D'Arcangelo, this guy, you should Google him sometime, really, because his experience is incredibly vast. And I remember when I first was looking at xosialX. It's one of the first people I met because I wanted to bring mangosteen to market. That's the only thing that I've really been passionate about for the last, I don't know, 20 some years, because when I heard about this botanical, and he took a call with me and asked me, why I felt the way I did about mangosteen. He did some research and came back and said, wow, and I'll let him tell the story. But that really impressed me. But when I heard his name, I was like, I know that name. I know that name. That name goes back as long as I've been in this industry, 36, 37 years now. And it's funny because I don't always remember exactly how I know people, but I always remember the impression. And all I knew was David D'Arcangelo was a good guy. Like there's some names out there that when I hear, I cringe. And then some names I don't really have feelings about, but for him, it's like I know there were things about his experience in the past that we crossed that he's made an impact on this industry, as well as so many areas of life. So he's a recognized author, speaker, wrote the book 4 Seconds to Forever, which is his newest book. He's written several others. And I had a TV show he was a host of, Money Talk, but he's the xosialX chief product innovator. And he is the one responsible for bringing all these amazing products, starting with the xanthomys, which brought me here, the glutathione, which was the next evolution of a glutathione product that we already had that was changing lives. And now, David, what do we got coming next?
Hey, thank you, Collie. That was for another time and another place we can describe when we're all together in a big group. I'll do my version of that call with you, and it was absolutely amazing. And I was extremely impressed with you and your knowledge, and you went out and did exactly what you said you were going to do. So I appreciate that. Everybody here, I'm going to share my screen. Everybody knows at corporate it's dangerous when I'm working on changing the screens here. So I am going to, there we go. And stay with me. I'm going to go to the slideshow, the beginning, and then we're going to hide the floating meeting controls. Okay. So everybody, I have the pleasure. I absolutely love, I'm never satisfied with status quo, always are looking for the next breakthrough, the next, thing that we can discover that when people go, why does xosialX matter? And we've planted our flag on the nano encapsulation technology. We're going to talk about it today. It's absolutely amazing. It gets into your body in as little as 4 seconds. It's on its way to your liver in as little as 15 seconds throughout your entire body. We're going to cover it all, but that is life changing. And everybody's noticed in the age of AI, life has never sped so fast. My daughter, I'd say, look, you get out of college, you better understand AI. It is advancing the speed of technology and innovation and discovery and research. And one great example is gut health. How many times have they changed? I get on the newsletters and they keep changing. They send me these breakthroughs, and it's gut, brain, skin health, and all of a sudden it's week to week they discover new things about it. And we'll talk about it today. So let me start out with this. The pursuit of eternal life has long obsessed people of every class and culture. Eternal life, what could that would be? What could that be like if I could be healthy that long period of time? For whatever period that is. I'm here to say to you today, and you're going to get a lesson in this, is life starts in the cell and ends in the cell. Generally speaking, it all comes back to you. Begins and ends. The secret, though, is in the mist. So the cutting edge future of anti-aging today is these trio of products I'm about to present to you. The Glutamist glutathione is detox. That's the brand of what it does. It clears, right? It clears all of the toxins. The xanthomist defends. The moringa powers up. It fuels the cell. So stay with me and we'll work on it. Why this trio works and why am I showing it as a trio? Because I believe this secret isn't just the three products. It's a complete cellular system. Get that in your thoughts. It's a system you're on right now, right? It detoxes, defends, and powers up your cells. Delays the aging process, allows you to look good, feel great, live healthier for longer. Glutamist, the detoxer, clears the toxins so your cells can operate free of daily burden. Xanthomist defends your body's 11 vital organ systems. It helps also shield them from the stressors of your everyday life that are translated internally into your body and ultimately speed up the premature aging. Moringa Myst powers up your cells, right? It fuels them. Everybody talks about the nutrient density. The nutrient density, I'm going to blow your mind today when we get to a slide later, but the nutrient density we're going to put to use with the cellular nutrition blend with Moringa Myst. Powers up your cells with dense nutrition, but it's backed by evidence showing osteoprotective. Dr. Zinni was critical to this part of the process, and he was absolutely amazed. Chondroprotective, anti-inflammatory properties that help maintain mobility, strength, and energy for life. Those three products, detox, defends, and power up. The synergy is absolutely amazing. That's your protocol for life. Stay with me. The research is clear. Moringa doesn't just nourish, it actively protects your joints, your muscles, and your bones while fueling the recovery and resilience. A lot of people know about the recovery and resilience and the, healthy inflammatory response, but your joints, your muscles, and your bones, your ability to be operational. Simply put, everybody, let me get my screen out of there. Simply put, Glutamist, glutathione, xanthomist plus, and moringa mist give you more time. What does that mean? More time to enjoy your youth, more time to be with the people you love. The impact on your body and your brain is amazing. More time to make your dreams happen, and more time to take in all that life has to give. So let's back up to the cells. If I can educate you on the cells, you'll understand and be highly motivated on what to do with the trio. So let's start at the beginning. Each of us began as a single cell. That cell couldn't move, think, see, or do things like laugh and talk. But the one thing it could do and do very well was divide. So we're going back to conception. And the cells, the male sperm and the female egg, you're coming together. The cell, one becomes two, two becomes four, four becomes 8 cells, and so on. In time, becoming trillions of cells and becoming that amazing person that's you. Are you starting to understand? Wait a second. If I'm made up of all of these cells, healthy cells, happy life, you have to, life begins and ends at the cell. This is going to be great today. Think of how far you've come. So let me back up a little bit. For the new people, you have about 100 trillion cells in your body, right? Your cells become your tissues as this is happening, right? Just look at you when, from conception to a year old, your cells are replicating and replicating and replicating. The cells become your tissues become your organs. Oh my gosh, you have to scratch your head and go, the cells, the health of the cell is maybe the most important thing in the life of my brain and my body. Cells become tissues becomes organs become your systems that ultimately become you. You have 300 billion new cells every day. Healthy cells, happy life. Detox, right? When I said earlier, detox, clear the toxins from the cells. That's glutamist. Defend, xanthomist. Free radicals, defend. And finally, Moringa Myst powers up, fuels those cells so that after the damage, they have the fuel to be able to come back to top performing health so that you could be the best you can be. 200 million per minute. Every second you're listening to me, 3 million cells approximately are dying and 3 million cells are replicating. So, how long does it take your body to regrow these cells? Look at that person there, that sketch, and that's you or I. But we're all cells. Its skin cells are replaced every 39 days, approximately 25 to 39 days. Shorter for younger people, longer for older people. But you get a whole new skin, outer skin, every 39 days. Liver cells are replaced every 300 to 500 days. You understand why cells, it begins and ends at the cell. The health is critical. And we have the trio: detox, defend, power up, so you can be the best you can be. Red blood cells are replaced every 120 days. Intestinal epithelial cells every 5 days. Your skeleton, made up of cells every 10 years. Your heart's endothelial cells every 6 years. Wow. That's an interesting photo. Before and after. Unhealthy cells produce little energy, and lots of harmful free radicals do damage in your body, speed the aging process. Look at the picture of the person on the left. And on the right, wait a second, we got healthy cells. They produce very few harmful free radicals. The nutrients and oxygen are plentiful. It produces lots of energy and ATP. The choice is up to you. You can speed up the aging process on the left, or you can delay the aging process. And it all begins at the cell. And the glutamist, glutathione, xanthomist plus, moringa mix, the dynamic trio, detox, defend, and power up your life. Fuel your cells so that you can look good, feel great, live healthier for longer. So listen closely. Here's the problem. If I want to just, you deserve to know exactly what's going on in your body. So on the left, you can see modern science confirms biological molecules are being depleted by free radicals. Because in your life, yet the stress, exercise even creates free radicals, pollution, dietary deficiency, pharmaceuticals, radiation, bacteria, alcohol. So what do? When you get the free radicals, right, you have to have antioxidants to neutralize the free radicals, or they'll overwhelm your system and speed the aging process. You want to delay the aging process. You want biological age. You want to have an actual age. If you're 50, actually, you want your biological age, which is the health of your cells inside you. You're 50, you may get it as low as 40 or 38. 5 years would be great, wouldn't it? Free radicals, which are oxidants, need antioxidants. When they overwhelm the antioxidant defenses, they can have several ramifications, which is, I'm just going to, you can read it all, but it's accelerated aging. Who wants that? But the fight is big. You wake up every day, and I wake up, and we go about our duties, but you know something? 10,000 attacks happen at every cell every day. Right now. Because remember, I said exercise, even stress, alcohol, anything. 10,000 attacks. The question isn't if, it's are you defended? And I'm sharing with you today the trio detoxes, clears the toxins, right? Do you want the toxins in your cells when you're replicating 3 million cells a second? And do you want to replicate unhealthy cells? No. Detox, defend, power up, and fuel to be the best version of yourself. Introducing xosialX's discovery and innovation. We started this with glutathione. As Kali said, Xanthomist Plus was the next step, and Moringa Myst is now. It was that last piece. And what we decided on the biology side of this is we need a product. If we want to matter, if we really want to matter and really move the needle out there, we need a fusion of events that creates the highest potency, fastest delivery, most bioavailable product in the industry. So stay with me. Because if you have 100% potency, but no bioavailability, the delivery is zero. Think of some products that you've taken. If you have 10% potency in a product, 10% bioavailability, on a scale of 1 to 100, you're a 1. It's nothing. You're not getting what you paid for. So we targeted purity. We want those ingredients. The Moringa Myst comes from India. And it's special. And it was a big connection from our friend Pat. Encapsulation technology, which we have a patent pending. And then I'll never forget when they called me when we're really excited on some breakthroughs back on when we're beginning with this technology. They go, Dave, this is unbelievable. We've got it. We did it. And I said, do you want a powder? Do you want a pill? And I'm like, I want none of that. I want a mist onto the soft tissue of your mouth so that it will pass through and into your bloodstream in as little as 4 seconds. And that's the mist. You want a potency that's up to 100. Nobody gets exactly 100, but up to 100 of potency, up to 100 of bioavailability. Multiply those numbers, whatever they were, 90, 90, and 90, or 85 and 80, or whatever it is. It's absolutely amazing, and you get more than you're paying for. Does size really matter? What did we do to Moringa? In the Moringa molecule, I'm just going to share with you is it was the same discussion I had with Kali about Xanthomist and that we're having with Moringa Myst. But let's just go down to the molecule because this is exactly what we did with Moringa. So up here, it's the outer. This is looking through a microscope. This is so tiny. 70 microns is the diameter of your hair. So let's put it in perspective. The naked eye's visibility threshold is 40 microns. You can't see anything. You can't hardly see 40, but beyond that, it's gone. White blood cells, 25 microns. Red blood cells, 8 microns. You ever see the dust and bacteria that in that kind of sunlight, and it's in that sunlight and you see a bunch of these little tiny things? That's dust and bacteria. That's 2 microns. We're looking under a amazing microscope right now, but I want everybody to look into the black dot at the bottom, and you're going to see the moringa that we nano-sized, and you really can't see it because it's under a microscope, but that's the perspective. So that, hold on, Moringa Myst nano-sized down to 75 or 85 nanometers, so let's call it 80, is up to 25 times smaller than that dot that you really can't see because it's a microscope. You not have a microscope. And if you had the microscope, it'd be amazing. And to give it that perspective. So for everybody, we nano encapsulate that with ultra pure lipids because your body, even though we nano-sized it, you have to give it like the cover of a baseball, and that's the nano encapsulation in ultra pure lipids. Because when you come to the cell recognizes the lipids. It likes the lipids. It knows it's safe and it lets it in. And because of our size of 80 nanometers and 25 times smaller than dust, it goes smoothly into your blood and throughout your entire body. So let me just put another one in perspective. Did you know when I say it goes through the soft tissue of your mouth and into your bloodstream, your heart is pumping 100,000 times a day. It's pumping approximately 2,000 gallons of your blood, about 12,000 miles through your body, on, around, and around and around. Wow. Wouldn't that be great if we could get into that and that be the distribution system into our body so that it can reach the cells throughout your body, which are absolutely detox, defend, power up, our need that protocol. In as little as 4 seconds, we get it to the blood because your heart's working. Put your hand on your heart. 100,000 times a day, it's pumping Moringa Mix, Xanthomist Plus, glutathione, Glutamist, because of our nano-encapsulation technology, patent-pending technology with ultra-pure lipids, letting it through. 4 seconds to your blood. 15 seconds and as little as to your liver. 2 minutes throughout your entire body. How about your organ system is all made up of cells? That's the deep, this is profound. This fusion of technology, moringa, mangosteen, glutathione. So here's a good one. Here's the science for your gut, skin, and brain. And they're deeply connected with these three. Toxins, right? Glutathione, clear the toxins, disrupts this axis. Xanthomist, oxidative stress, accelerates aging. And the nutrient gaps that are going to be plugged with Moringa Myst weaken resilience. By addressing these three simultaneously, this protocol helps restore balance, vitality, and performance at the cellular level. The last thing I can say is, so with complete detox defense and nutrient power in one daily protocol, why would you ever say no? Moringa Myst and the cellular nutrition blend work synergistically. But I want you to know this. Moringa gives your body a huge variety of raw nutrition. You know that. We call it food. So, right, because earlier I said when you detox, clear it out, defend your cells, because damage is done from free radicals, you need food, nutrients into the cell, which is the moringa mix, the xanthamus, and the glutathione. But moringa mix, for this point, you need something to fuel the cell to get back to health. Nobody in the industry is doing that. There's a verbiage out there where everybody's taking care of one piece of it, but you have to heal the cell, give it the nutrients to come back to health. The cellular nutrition blend provides the keys because it has minerals, metals, enzymes, and sugar. It provides the keys to work with the nutrient density of the moringa, and it helps unlock those nutrients. Without the cellular nutrition blend, some of those nutrients will go unlocked forever. But it provides the keys to unlock the nutrients so your body can actually use them. The raw nutrition is the food. The blend is the spark. Together, it's not duplication. It's nutrition plus activation. This is an activation combination delivered instantly with nano encapsulation. Dr. Zinni, and I'm going to wind down now, but I'm so excited to do something in our lives with you as a team and meet you, because what we do matters. Moringa, Dr. Zinni, often called the tree of life, miracle tree, is celebrated for its nutrient profile. Whoops, there we go. I'm going to move my thing up there. Research suggests moringa may help support cardiovascular and liver health, promote a balanced inflammatory response, and deliver powerful antioxidant activity. It also provides key nutrients that help support, listen to this, musculoskeletal strength, bone health, making it a vital part of the Myst system tripod designed to nourish and support the body. This is a deep thinking person, Dr. Zinni. Nourish and support the body, the most intricate system in the world. Thank you, Dr. Zinni. So in winding down here, who wants to look younger, fresher, and more radiant by just taking supplements? Every one of your target customers. How big is that market for the trio? 64% of adults believe the supplementation is essential to maintain their appearance. Right now, when I wrote the book, The 4 Seconds to Forever, the outside, inside, we're the inside because we work at the cellular level that ultimately gets to your outside. And your outside, everybody's skin looks so great because the health of your outside of your skin is a direct reflection on the health of your insides and your cells. 76% of consumers expect beauty brands to include beauty from within supplements to complement their cosmetics and skincare. The market is absolutely awesome. The promise is look fabulous, feel great, live healthier for longer. If you look at those pictures, healthy cells, happy life. So in closing, with complete detox, defense, and nutrient power in one daily protocol, isn't it time you chose the system your health deserves? Thank you, everybody. I'm going to turn it back to Collie and stop screen sharing. I really appreciate everybody. I'm sure we'll do some deep training and in the future, and hopefully quickly let that sink in at the cellular level. Thanks, Collie.
Awesome, David. Thank you so much. As always, I just love to hear you talk about our amazing products and our amazing technology. And by the way, stick around. We've got some great stuff. I'm about to introduce our next speaker, but Stu's coming on at the end. He's going to talk about comp plan. He's going to talk about some great things, including how we can get our new Moringa Myst. And I just want to say the trio, one of the things is we have a duo promotion till the end of the month that you can get the xanthomist and the glutamist together for just $100 if you put it on your smart chip. And then any other product is 30% off. That makes it $56 for any of you that are on smart chip for 3 products, or for 2 and add this one and make it your third. $56. Stu's going to talk all about how we can order that Moringa Myst and get it for ourselves, and talk about some amazing things with the comp plan and special stuff. Stick around. But first, my favorite subject is getting started. It's the most important thing you can do to build your business. You cannot even build a business if you don't get started. So for those of you who are brand new, stay tuned, pay attention, take some notes. It's going to be great. And for those of you who have been around a while, do the same, because the next time you bring a new person in, you want to get them started the best way. So I'm going to turn the time over to Fred Holmes, who is our newest, one of our newest manager sevens, but he's also a multi-million-dollar earner in this industry. He is a network marketing industry veteran, and he is a master trainer, and you're going to find that out in just a few minutes. So with that, Fred Holmes, over to you, my friend.
Well, Collie, thank you so much for the invitation today to do one of the things I love doing most in this industry, which is, sharing the kind of knowledge and experience that's taken, close to 40 years to acquire. And this is really, in my world today, the industry of network marketing has helped me accomplish things I couldn't even actually dream about. I was able to, provide for the educational needs for my son, and then have the time freedom to be with him while he was growing up. It allowed me to literally retire in 10 years. I was able in my retirement to, pursue lots of, other interests that I had, spend a lot of time on the beach, and I was able to spend several years raising my first grandson, which was, probably the greatest blessing in my life, or certainly one of them. And then, got back in the industry, found, interesting enough, and folks, you need to understand this. It's almost identical to where we are today with xosialX. I found a very small company with an extraordinary product that changed people's lives. It changed my life. And I was able to create, many times the income I'd had prior to that in the industry, and then be able to go into retirement again to care for my elderly mother. She had advancing dementia. I was able to keep her in the home until she passed. See, we talk about money, but these are things that only money can have for you. It's not about the money. It's about the freedom and the choices you get to have when you have that financial, independence. And today I'm excited about where we're at right now, and bringing, the Moringa product to this, trifecta of nano-encapsulated nutrients. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share 3 things with you, and then I'm going to show you how to launch. Okay. What I'm going to encourage you to do, grab your journal. Folks, if you're watching this or you're watching it on the replay, do yourself a favor and start like I did, almost 40 years ago. Start taking notes. Unless you've already been a multi-million-dollar earner, like, Pat Anderson and Collie Butler and Reed Nelson, you'll hear from soon. Unless you've already been there, you need to learn this and you need to acquire this information. So grab your journal. Now, this is my journal today. As you can see, I've, it's one of many. I've been doing this for a while. My first journals look like this, little spiral-bound notebooks. I actually, several years ago, found in the garage a treasure trove of my old journals. And I didn't know, I was a cross-country truck driver when I started this type of business. I knew that I didn't know anything about it. And so what I also knew was that I needed to learn how to do the things that I saw the top earners in that first company I was with doing. And so I started taking notes, and I didn't even know what to take notes on. So, I mean, I was writing down things like, what kind of suit did the guy wear? What color tie did he have? And, what did his shoes look like? Because as a truck driver, I didn't know any of that stuff. I was raised by a single mom. I didn't, have anybody that could teach me those kinds of things. Now, fast forward, I can afford these nice journals, they got the, leather bound and, the little golden, pages and the little ribbon like your Bible does. But start where you can, folks. Grab yourself something that's going to be permanent and start taking notes so that you can teach others what you experienced on your journey. So today, what I want you to do, let's share 3 things with you. I'm going to share with you what we do. I'm going to share with you how we do it, and then I'm going to share with you the system. And then I'm going to close with how you can launch today. And really, this is really an important aspect of what we do. Our business has been designed to be the average person's best chance to achieve, unbelievable levels of financial freedom and time freedom. And so the only way it works is it has to be something that can be duplicatable by the masses. It's important to not get too carried away with details and, techniques, because you're going to eliminate people. If you would have told me I had to be a social media expert or a sales and marketing expert or whatever, as a truck driver, you would have lost me. And I'm not being egotistical here, but who would want to lose me? I've made my uplines a ton of money over the years, right? And so what we want to present is something that is, fun, simple, magical. It's a lot of fun. It's a simple thing to do, and it works like magic. And you should write this in your notes. Looks simple, looks like I can do it. No, sorry. Looks simple, looks like it'll work, and I think I can do it. Because if you can impart the information on what we do, how we do it, our system, and how to launch, if you can do that in a formula where the person you're speaking to goes through that mental process, this looks simple enough, looks like it'll work, and I think I can do it, then you've got the magic. Because if they think they can do it, then they'll try to do it. And here's the key. If they keep trying to do it, they will succeed. I shared this with my neighbor recently. I don't know of anybody who's failed in this industry other than those that quit. Because if you stick around long enough, you're going to find a great company with a great product and great timing, and you'll know what to do. And that's where you are right now, folks. So let's start with, what do we do? 3 things I want you to put in your notes. Start with what we do. 3 things. Number 1, we share our products. That's what we do. Now, note I'm not saying we sell our products, because we don't need professional salespeople. We need average people. And nobody likes to be sold, but everybody wants to buy something they like. And so we share our products. We share our products with people we know. We share our products with people we come in contact with. We share our products with people that we're referred to. Number 2, we share our income opportunity, because that is how we create these large distribution organizations. If you had, a team of people that sold 1 customer a week, well, that's not a lot of sales. But what if you had 1,000 people getting 1 new customer a week? That's the basis of our type of income opportunity. So we share our products, we share our income opportunity. Number 3, we teach others to do the same. It's as simple as that. Now, here's a little insider clue or a little tip, right? If you're building your business and your objective is to create, an ongoing revenue stream, and it doesn't have to be millions. For most people out there, I'm going to tell you right now, an extra, $500 a week, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. That could change people's lives. Who do you know could use an extra $20,000 or $30,000 a year raise from a part-time home-based business that they do in the time that they choose, not when the boss tells you can have time off, right? If you understand the value of that extra couple of $100 a week, then you'll understand why this simplicity becomes an incredibly attractive component to our opportunity. And if you're doing anything other than those three things, sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, and teaching others to do the same, then you're off track. Okay, so if you think you're building your business because you spent 10 hours designing your business cards, or strategizing your your social networking strategies or whatever, I ask, who did you talk to about the product today? Who did you talk to about the opportunity today? And who did you teach to do the same thing? So that's what we do. Number two, how do we do it? Here's what we do. Number one, we use the products. And the reason it's number one is because it's the most critical thing. Our business is designed for people that aren't salespeople. Okay, that's the key. People, write this in your notes. People speak with emotions, not with words. People speak with emotions, not with words. That's what your prospect hears. So if you're using the product, then you experience the benefits of the product, and you have your own product story. And when you use these products, folks, you're going to get excited about the products. One of my favorite products right here is the Exhilarate. Yes, this is my second one. Okay, so we may have to edit out some things, because then what goes in the out my mouth doesn't always bypass the filter. But seriously, the products themselves have been incredible. They have affected me, and when I talk to people about the products, they hear that. They can tell the sincerity and the authenticity of how I feel about the products. So, number one, use the products. Be a product of the products. I always get a question, well, which products should I use? As many as you can. Okay? I'm using all the products right now. I mean, the UPS guy, he keeps coming to the door and dropping off more stuff, because I want to try the chocolate shake. Now I just got my vanilla shake in. That stuff is great stuff, right? And I got the Shape and Burn capsule. That thing's awesome. I mean, that's right up there with Exhilarate. Thank you very much. So be a product of the product. Maybe another way to phrase that is, what products should you use? Only use the ones you want to sell. Okay? Because those are the only ones you're going to sell, are the ones that you personally can speak about. Number two, talk to people. All right? You're going to have to talk to people about this. Nobody's going to run up to you in the supermarket and go, say, do you have a great product that I need and I want? Can you tell me about it? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's running up to your front door, banging on the door. Say, have you got great products that I need and I want? Will you tell me about them? You got to go talk to people. Okay? But don't be a salesman. Listen for a need. When somebody says something like, dang, I just can't do this. I mean, I keep gaining weight, and I'm exercising, and I'm watching my diet, and I gained another 2 pounds last week. Well, I got something you might want to hear about. I've been using this product. I lost 4 pounds last week. Whatever your story is, I'm so tired. I got to get another cup of coffee. I got to get, another Red Bull. I'm running out of money because of my Red Bull budget. Talk to them about Exhilarate. Talk to them about it. You might want to try this. Actually, I keep these around so I can sample them to people. They're in my car, in my pockets. I found one in one of my sweatshirts just before I went in the washing machine. Thank goodness. I wonder what the washing machine would have done to Exhilarate. So, how we do this? We use the products. We talk to people. Number three, and this is critical, we share the stories. our own story on the products, our own and the stories of others, because you may not need to lose weight. You may not have a shape and burn, testimonial. I talk about the owner of the company, Stu. He was telling me he's lost over 50 pounds on our products, right? If I lose 50 pounds on the products, I'm going to disappear. But that's not my story. That's Stu's story. So what we do or how we do it, we use the products, we talk to people, and we share the stories, our story and the stories of others. Now, let's talk about the system, folks, because when it comes down to how to share and how to get your potential customer or your potential distributor to have a genuine interest in trying the products or getting involved in the business, there is a system in place. And it's really important to understand this three-step system, because I'll just be real upfront with you. You follow the system, it will work. If you don't follow the system, you're just going to have to get real lucky. Okay. That's just the way it is. So here's our system. 3 things, and then I'm going to elaborate on each one. Number 1 is the invitation, inviting somebody to take a look at your products or opportunity. Number 2 is the presentation, the information that you're offering to the person that you invited to look. Number 3 is validation. Validation, or if you will, validating what the presentation was, what you've been saying. Okay, now this 3-step system, invitation, presentation, validation, you need to understand what part of the system you are responsible for. You are only responsible for number 1, the invitation. And it might be something like, well, Mary, would you be interested in taking a look at some of the products we have that'll help you with what you were talking about, whatever your need is. Always address the need, because that's what people will be listening for. Or it could be the invitation to, well, Sam, would you be interested in hearing a way to create that extra income that you need? You guys want to buy a house, you're saving for a down payment. I've got something that might be able to help you. Would you be interested in looking? That's your job. Your job is to invite people to look. That's your only job. Okay, be careful of this one, because when you invite somebody to get some information, they're presuming you're going to give them information, right? That's pretty logical. The second step is the presentation. Be real clear on this. You do not do the presentation. That's not your job. Your job is the tools that the company's made available. 2 tools I like. There's a great 5-minute product video. I call it the best product video. That's how I've got it in my little phone's note place, where I can shoot out the link just like that. I like, for the business end of the business, I like the 3-step company tour. It's another 5-minute video, right? It's great. And I keep it real simple. Are there other videos you can use to present the products? Are there other videos? There's lots and lots of videos. Okay. I keep it simple. I pick 2 that I like, 1 for the products, 1 for the business, and that's what I use. And my suggestion, people say, well, what videos should I use? Whichever ones you really like, because you're affected by them, and you'll communicate that through your feelings, through your emotions, when you're offering to send that to your prospect. So you do the invitation, let the tools do the presentation, and then 3rd step, absolutely critical, let somebody else do the validation. Sure, you have your story. Maybe you've already hit, my son, I was so excited. He hit manager 7, actually, like 24 hours before I did. Okay. And in addition to his income from his, first order bonuses and the commissions, he got another $200, bonus check for hitting level 7 or manager 7. Right. And so, you may have stories on your own products and that sort of thing. The fact of the matter is, you got to have somebody else validating the opportunity. Any of you who have kids, especially teenagers, you understand this. You can tell your teenage. I remember telling my son one time we went surfing how important it was, his first time on a surfboard, got to put this surf wax on there, the wax, right? And keep from falling off. And it was kind of like, yeah. Until he talked to Surfer Joe, a couple of cars down in the parking lot. And he comes running back, he goes, wow, you know what I need to do? I need to get some surf wax because it'll keep me from falling off the surfboard. I'm going, wow, that's a smart idea, son. It's what I had just said. But somebody else told him, Surfer Joe, that it was the right thing to do, and therefore it became a fact. So let me do this again real quick. Number one, you do the invitation. Let the tools do the presentation. And here's another insider, pro tip. The more time you spend talking about the products or opportunity after you say, would you like to get some information? You spend whatever amount of time you spend talking about it before you send off the videos, that increases the chance you'll never get a sale or a new associate. Okay. You need to hush up, follow the system. And then when the time comes to do your follow-up, have somebody else there to validate it. Now, my situation, honestly, in the industry, my income has become, so extraordinary, it's unbelievable. I mean, sometimes I can't believe it, right? I have to pinch myself that I live the life that I live. I have to use third-party validation too, because my success, for many people, it's unbelievable that they could achieve that success. And so I use some of the other team members that are just getting started. Guess whose story I'm using? My son's. I get him to validate because you need somebody beside yourself. Love, simple, what has. Oh, well, thank you, Kay. I just saw a little pop-up message, Kay, saying nice things about what I'm talking about. Well, good. I'm glad you're all still here. All right. So follow the system, invitation, presentation, validation, and get yourself connected to people that can do that validation with you. I mean, and this is the right time to do it. We're such a young company. I'm going to tell you, 5 years from now, you may not be able to get Pat Anderson to jump on a call with 30-second notice, or Reed Nelson or Colley or myself. But you can right now because we're just starting. We're just getting going. All right, the last thing I want to do, and then I'll wrap up here. Launching your business. Folks, this is critical to your success. Before you get going, you're setting up the launch of your business. I want you to write this in your notes. Start with the end in mind. I want you to set some goals. I'm going to want you to make a list. I'm going to want you to make some commitments about how long are you going to do this. But start with the end in mind. Don't be that person that says, you're faced with life-changing products that nobody else has and nobody else is ever going to have, and a company that's at the beginning of something that's going to be, a story in the network marketing profession. Don't be that person that says, well, if I can make, 100 or 200 bucks, I'll try it for a little while. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Dream. When I started in this industry, because of my desire to take care of my son, I didn't start with let's see how it goes. Maybe if I can make a few bucks. I started with, I need to make a six-figure income. This was 1984 when six-figure incomes made people rich. Okay. Now in California, if you got a six-figure income, you still might be living at home, right? With your parents or with your children. Anyway, start with the end in the mind. Dream big. What if this could be your ticket to the life that you desire? And I'm going to tell you deserve if you're willing to work for it. Okay. I want you to set some goals. I want you to dream big. Number two, I want you to make a commitment to yourself, your family, your children, your loved ones, the people that are going to depend on you years down the road. Make a commitment to be here a year from now. Folks, this is not get rich quick overnight. Don't, if somebody tells you you get rich overnight with doing this thing and you don't have to do anything, run away. Turn around, run away from them, because they're lying to you. Network marketing is not a get rich quick deal. It is a business that you will get paid handsomely for what you do, but it takes time. It has to it's going to take some time. You're not going to make money overnight. You can start making money right away with this comp plan, you know, you need to look at this thing as magic. Compensation plan, this thing's going to be monster, but it takes time. So make a commitment to work consistently over the next 12 months. And then 12 months from now, decide how far you want to go. Because if you do that, I guarantee you it'll be the greatest thing you've ever seen. Number 3, make a list. Okay, now make it a list. There's some things that you can do that'll help you, and we can talk about that at another time. Here's some simple things. Start with a list of people. Who do you know would buy this product just to help you out? Okay, when you know, when I was a little kid and I, you know, wanted to sell, you know, packets of seeds or whatever so I can get, you know, a bicycle, I always went to my favorite aunt. Okay, she always bought everything from me. Okay, I could count on her for a sale. Who do you know? I call that the sympathy sale, right? Would you help me, please? You know, who do you know that would buy it just to help you? Who do you know would join your business just to be able to do it with you, right? How about somebody that wants to just, whatever you're doing, I want to do it with you. Let's go have some fun. Look for people that you want on your team. Think of all the people that you know. And if they would be interested in this, they would build a huge business, okay? That look for people with large circles of influence. These are people that, you know, they're active in the church, in the community, the softball league, you know, the parent teacher, you know, association, PTA. Look for people that have large circles of influence and good credibility within those circles. Because this is what I do know. There are universal needs that everybody has. Everybody needs or wants more money. Okay, there are people who need more money and there are people who want more money. I've never met anybody who would say, no, I wouldn't like an extra $1,000, 10,000, 100,000, you know, whatever, right? Universal needs, more money, more free time. The people that you know that are making the most money, money isn't so much an issue to them. It's the ability to have free time in their life. More money, more time, or more fun. I know a lot of people that have well-paying businesses or jobs that provides a lifestyle that they desire, but it's not fun anymore. There's no more excitement in it. You know, they don't get excited about waking up in the morning and go to work. Find somebody who's excited about waking up in the morning and going to work. They might not be a good prospect, but I think that's going to leave you a lot of potential people. Last thing I'm going to tell you, trust the system. Trust the system. Will everybody you invite to hear about our products or opportunity, will they join? No, not everybody's going to join. But if you do enough, you'll get some. If you do a little bit more, you'll get more. And folks, if you follow this system and do the things that we're talking about long enough, you do enough of it, you do long enough with consistency, it just could change your life. And so with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. And Collie, take me off the screen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fred. That was amazing as always, and lots of good comments, and people definitely appreciate everything that you had to share. All right, we're winding down. We've got one more speaker before Stu's going to come in and bring it all home for us. I'm just going to share my screen again just for the introduction. Here we go. A few little different things on the Zoom layout here. So And by the way, we are going to not only make the whole Super Saturday available for all of you, but we are going to break down each speaker. So we will have individual videos so that you can go back. And our next speaker, you are also not going to want to miss. This is, how can I even say? Reed Nelson has been in this industry for over 50 years. I think it's 53. He's been married 54. So he's done two things very successfully for a very, very long time. And there's not a lot of people that can say that. So he is our newest 5K executive leader, one of the biggest income earners I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And he loves to make money, have fun, help people. And he's going to share some great tips with us. And so over to you, my friend Reed.
I'm excited. Number one, I'm sitting here looking at the dynamic trio here, and I was blessed to be able to be one of those people that had a sample of the Moringa Myst, and I'm so thrilled with that. What a great job David did explaining all that. Wow, that's just amazing stuff. So anyway, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for putting up with me. This is great. There's one thing that has to happen for success in network marketing, and that is consistency. Okay, Fred talked about that in that last little bit, consistency. And so people, when they get network marketing, a lot of people get in for the product. Yep, absolutely. That's awesome. And we certainly had the best products I've ever seen. And so this is amazing, but they also get in to make some money, a little bit, a lot, whatever it might be, supplemental. Maybe you want a new lifestyle, whatever. It's all good. But let's talk about the power of duplication, because that's what network marketing is all about. Now, we've always built this business on anything from a 90 to 180 day runs, because you can do anything for 90 to 180 days, anything. Can you keep up that kind of pace forever? Probably not. But for 6 months, yes, you can. So what would your team look like if everybody sponsored just one person a week? Just one. Okay. So first week, what's it look like, Collie? Pop that up there. It's like you got you plus one, right? That's two. There. First week, you sponsor one. Second week, you both sponsor one. Now you'd have four. Okay. Now it'd be awesome, would it not? Third week, 4 people sponsor one. Now you got 8. Fourth week, 8 people sponsor one. You got 16. You can see the math. By the time you've done a 90-day run, you've got 12 weeks in, 2,048 people all sponsor one. It's 4,096 people. Now listen, we know it's not going to happen that graphically. Somebody's going to go crazy. Some people will do nothing and everything in the middle. This is just a graphic illustration of what could happen if everybody sponsored one. Okay, so let's take that example. What if somebody just did the minimum $45 and 4,096 people did that? That's $184,000 in volume on an average of say 7% of bonus money. That's $12,000, almost $13,000. You kidding me? That's amazing. Now, if you did the $100, right? The next step up there, $100, you'd have $409,000 at 7%. Say that's $28,000. $28,000. How about we take it one more step further to $135? You got 3 products on SmartShip. $552,000 at 7% is $38,000 in 90 days. In 90 days. Now, like I said, it's very graphic. We know very few people would actually do that. But what if you did? What if you only did a third of that? Would that be okay? And by the way, the one-time bonuses through all that structure would be an additional $89,000. So if you were to really duplicate that and actually do it, 38,000 plus 190,000, almost there. That's 130,000, $120,000, whatever it is. It's awesome. The power of duplication. That's what network marketing is all about. My old buddy J. Paul Getty, who wrote the book How to Be Rich, which, by the way, wasn't really about making money. It's really about the power of leverage. Power of leverage. And he said this, one great quote. He said, I would much rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own effort. Okay, that's duplication. A lot of people do a little bit. Okay, and so keep this in mind. Make a goal. You might be the only business builder in your business right now. Make the goal to sponsor one person today. After you saw what you just seen, this call needs to be done so I can go to work. Okay, this is good stuff. Okay, so let's sponsor one person at least one person before this week ends on Tuesday night. At least one. Okay, minimum. Okay, and then get that person together, and who are they going to talk to? Sponsor one more for yourself and one for them. Now it's 4. Start, begin. It's going to be perfect, probably not, but start, begin. It's hugely important. So Polly said something that in the beginning there, and in the slide that said, I've ended all my talks forever and ever with the statement that why we got involved in network marketing, because it still happens. 53 years later, it's the same. Number one, I wanted to make money. Okay, we were broke and desperate and all types of things way back when, and that's another story altogether. But guess what? You know what? We changed all that, and so with a decision, right? So the first one was make money. If you're going to be in a business, you may as well make it a profitable one, right? Of course, make it profitable. Okay. Number 2, have fun. The world is not having fun. I guarantee you. We want to have fun. If you're having fun with life, you attract people. They want what? Why are you that way? How can you have fun with all this stuff going on? Number 1, I ignore all that crap. And so it's one of the things that I can't control the world. I can only control me. And I want to have fun. So make money, have fun. And lastly, and most importantly, is help people. We want to help people physically. And boy, can we do that. And number 2, financially. And everybody needs that too. So make money, have fun, help people. And remember, most important thing, the magic to this business, in closing here, is sincerity and enthusiasm. If you're sincere about what you're doing and you're excited about what you're doing, you will attract people. You will attract people, and you can win, and you will win. Get on track, sponsor 1 and sponsor 2, and just keep going. Okay, that's it for me. Carly, thanks. Thanks everybody for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Reed. Yes, very, very simple, but most people don't do. It's simple. This business is so simple, and some people say, no, it's not. It is, because all we're doing is talking to people. We're having fun. We're, traveling. We're getting healthy. It's simple. I used to be a telephone installer, and I climbed telephone poles. That was hard. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I used to have to climb into the attics where it was 170 degrees and fish walls through insulation that was bad for my lungs. That was hard. This is the easiest business. This is the most fun I've ever had in my whole life. And
people complicate it. We don't want to complicate it. Keep it simple.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much. And everybody who's participated here so far. And of course, our closing speaker is going to be our founder and CEO, Stuart Finger. Before I bring him on, I just want to say a couple of things. I have made a fortune, a small fortune, I guess, but a fortune by using and sharing products that make a difference in people's lives, specifically antioxidant. It was an antioxidant that changed my health 36 years ago. And of course, I had to tell the world and started getting paid for that. Funny thing is I didn't even know I was in the business. I didn't choose the business. I used a product and told all my friends. And then back in the day, like I had to sponsor them if they wanted to get product. And all of a sudden I started getting checks in the mail. And I asked the person who shared it with me, and she goes, well, I don't know how it works, but we can go to a meeting if you want to find out. And then when I saw the money, which we're going to see in a minute with Stuart, I was like, holy cow, you mean if I'm intentionally trying to help people instead of, I help people when it happens to, I run into somebody who mentions something about a health issue and I go, oh, well, I've got this product that could be, but if I actually go out purposely and try to help people with their health and help people make extra money and have some fun and travel the world and all the wonderful things that our industry has to offer, everything changed. So I love antioxidants, most important thing we can do for our health. I didn't know when I first started out, there's so many different kinds of antioxidants out there and anti-inflammatories until I found out that mangosteen and moringa. We have the 3 greatest, most powerful antioxidants, anti-inflammatories with this micronutrient blend that's exclusive to xosialX that actually helps us repair our cells. So we're replicating healthier and healthier cells all the time. And I'm so excited about what we have to offer. folks, make sure you get the Dynamic Duo on your smart chip so you can get it for $100. That price gets locked in for life. And then add your Moringa Mist. It's $56 at the 30% discount. And we are getting the most amazing products in our industry. I mean, they're all individually amazing, but when you put them together, game over. There is nobody that can touch what we can do to help people with their health on such a broad spectrum. So you want to help your friends get healthy, live longer, and have more vitality. So when they're living longer, they're living longer with vitality. Get the word out about the trio and take advantage of all of our promotions and all of our opportunities. So with that, I'm going to take 1 second to just share my screen, just to introduce our beloved founder, CEO, Stuart Finger, who has helped so many people, his passion in life. This industry, he fell in love with this industry many years ago, but he got involved in the industry with a service company. So he helped a lot of people make a lot of money and save money, but he did not help change their life in a health way, in a way that helped them live longer and feel better. But somebody shared a nutritional product with him that changed his life, and he'll tell you his story. And then when he had the opportunity to start a company and bring this, wellness product to the world where he could not just help people make money, but also help people in a way that you cannot do without a life-changing wellness product. That's when his passion, this is where he is for life. And we're so grateful that we have him as our partner and our fearless leader. So please welcome Stuart Finger. Over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Collie. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Man, I got pages of notes, by the way, so that was pretty good. Now I gotta go make enough money so I can go buy a fancy journal, though. That's what I learned today. No, everybody, I am so excited about what I get to share with you. But before I do, I just want to say a couple of things. I am so grateful to our team, Dr. Zinni, David, Pat, Collie, Reed, and Fred. Oh my gosh, talk about great additions, right? Chantel, thank you so much for all you do. Everybody, this would not be happening without the team. I've been getting a lot of credit lately for men, Stu. We're glad you stuck it out and you're bringing the greatest thing ever. No, I'm not. We are. We are. Trust me when I tell you this is all about team. I was sitting here and I was listening to Fred just now, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, Fred's not a truck driver, like he said, my uplines are glad they sponsored me and everything. I got to know Fred, and that was the stuff. Okay, Reed showed you the numbers that could happen. A percentage of it is all you ever need to happen, right? But Fred, when he shared that stuff, I'm like, man, if everybody would just know that's the stuff, right? Right there. And the interesting part about it is I got to spend a little bit of time with Fred, got to know him a little bit. What a humble man. What an incredibly humble man. If you only knew the life that he has had, and I just know a taste of it, a piece of it. But when he says I was just a truck driver, it made me think, and this wasn't a part of today, but it made me think, we got to not judge a book by its cover. We got to not make up anybody's mind for them. We have to talk to everyone. And then whatever they decide to do with this, that's on them. Okay. But thank God somebody thought enough of that truck driver, Fred, to bring him into this industry. Not only did it change his life forever and give him the family life he was looking for, but folks, he's super humble. But I asked him, I go, come on, Fred, but like, how much volume did you do in one of your companies, one of the last ones? And he goes, well, it was good. And I go, Fred, come on, you could tell me. And then I asked if it's okay. Folks, a truck driver did over $4 billion in sales. Not million, billion, right? Use the system. Trust the system. Listen to what he's sharing with you. Everything today was so valuable. What Pat was the one that said, we need Moringa. And I'm like, what's Moringa? And all this stuff. I like glutathione, saved my daughter's life. I'm happy with just that. And Collie's like, we need mangosteen. I'm like, what's mangosteen? Now I'm like, yeah, we do need mangosteen. And Pat, thank God for Pat. She's like, we need Moringa, right? And Reed and Fred are like, we need Moringa. We like, what's that? And I'm like, okay, well, first quarter we'll bring this product to market, right? I mean, it makes sense. I can see how it fits in. Then we started learning more, and we're like, we can't wait till first quarter. People need this sooner. So I'll tell you in just a few minutes when you'll be able to get it. But I just want you to know, follow the system that Fred talked about. Keep it that simple and watch what happens. So Fred, thank you so much. Reed, thank you so much for sharing. Kali, thank you for all that you have done here and everybody. And I just want to let everybody know the word team has a whole new meaning to me because without this team, we would not be where we are today. And when you see where we are as of today and where we're headed, and we're about to have like the biggest announcement, not just in our company, but in my 40-year career. And it's not the Moringa, okay? Here, I'll just tell you all. Somebody just put in the notes. Okay, Mary, I think you bought the first bottle. It's live right now. The Moringa's live right now. But here's the thing, everybody. You can order it now. It will start shipping the first week of October. Now, this is a product that I was going to be committed to bringing to market first quarter. February, March is what I was thinking, February or March. Well, now you all can have it in October, okay? So that cat's out of the bag, but let's talk about a little bit more, something else right now. And please just hang with us a little bit more. There was so much good information for today. I know this Super Saturday is going longer than usual, but this is important stuff. When people lay their heads down at night and they go to sleep, even the ones that are very unhealthy and sick, most are not praying for a product. They're praying for their finances and they're thinking about their finances, right? So we need to understand wealth is also a product. It is a product. And health and wealth go together. If you lose your health, money doesn't matter, really. But if you're worried about your finances, it makes you physically ill. A lot of you have heard me say that. I've said that thousands of times in my career. I also said, yeah, I've made a fortune in telecom and created a bunch of millionaires as well, but I never saved anybody's life with phone service. I can't say that about what we're doing now with these products. But here's the thing, everybody. I've spent decades trying to help, and I don't like saying it like this, but the average person win in our industry, make it in our industry. At whatever level of success that is for them, I wanted them to have a real chance. And I believe today we're giving you the final pieces of the puzzle where our compensation plan, which is the most incredible one I've ever seen in my life, such a unique part of it was able to be copyrighted. That tells you part of the story right there. But here's what I was thinking about. As good as glutathione is, and mangosteen and moringa, as good as they are, it means nothing if we can't get them in your body. You add our patent pending nano encapsulation to it with lipids, whatever it is, David knows better than me. I just know it works, right? Now we've got magic. Well, we've got the greatest compensation plan in the world, but if we can't get the average person to do their part and take advantage of it, it doesn't mean anything. So what I believe we're doing right now today is we're taking our patent pending nano encapsulation, if you will, and we're doing it to our comp plan, to our compensation plan. You'll understand what I mean by that. We're going to make it so that anybody will be able to do it and know what to do after what you're about to see. So I just wanted to look you in the eyes for that part of it. I'm going to come off camera because I want you to focus on my slides right now. So here we go. Bear with me for just one sec. All right, so everybody, just going to do a little bit of house cleaning and get the Zoom stuff out of the way. And then I will get started. And I believe you're going to be excited because everybody's getting a pay raise today, okay? This will be a good thing for all. Here we go. All right, just a quick recap. When you're talking to people about how they get started, please don't forget to share about SmartShip with them. This creates a lifetime of residual income for families, for you and for families, right? Why? The better the price and kind of like set it and forget it is what creates residual income over and over again. So just remember, when people get on our SmartShip, yeah, our prices are already great for our industry, but when they use our SmartShip program where there's no cost for it, it's a free service, they buy any one product, 10% off, two, 20%, three or more, 30% off. They need to know about that, okay? It's a big deal. And then, of course, for those people that you know that are like doctors with doctors' offices, or they own nutritional stores or gyms or any of that other stuff, just let them know if they put 20 or more products in the shopping cart, it gives them an auto 40% off discount, everybody. Okay. So I just wanted to bring this up real quick and say, please share about SmartShip. They will thank you. People want to save money, right? Okay. So how do you get paid? First of all, everybody, and we're not changing this on all first orders. When you go to somebody and say you should check this out, they check it out, they decide to make their first purchase, you're going to get paid 50% of all the commission that sale generates. Now, they come in as a customer. When they upgrade to an associate someday, you'll get paid 50% again on their next first order as an associate. So you technically get it twice, okay? When they join, everybody joins as a customer, you'll get 50%. Let's say in a month or two. Now, some people do it immediately, but in a month or two, they go, okay, now I want to help spread the word. You'll get paid that 50% again. What I want to talk to you about, though, is residual income. That doesn't come from the first order. That comes from all reorders, okay? This is what you want. You want reorders to pay you over and over and over again. So here's the way that it works, everybody. 1 to 2 customers, you get 5% on all reorders of the commission, okay? 3 to 6, 20%. 7 to 13 customers, these are the personal ones you have, it's 30%, and 14 to 20 is 40%. So everybody, 21 plus is 50%. This is what we already have. This is nothing new. And we've got a bunch of people that have done this, okay? But remember what I said. I want to help the average person win. I've spent decades working on that. So this is what we're doing, everybody. This is brand new as of today. On all reorders, if you are buying 3 or more products, and you're going to see everybody wants to do that. You just saw the trio of myths, right? The 3 myths, okay? That counts. These count as the 3 products, or it could be any 3 products. It's going to change the way you get paid on all reorders every month that you buy 3 products. Now to qualify, okay, it's 1 to 2, 10%. 10%, folks, double the pay now on all reorders. You hit 3, 25%. Now, this is a sweet spot in our company. They say the average folks in our industry get 3 people, okay? I don't know if it's they get none and the leaders get 50 and it averages out to 3. Here's what I know. They can get 3 with what we're offering. And if they get 3, that makes them a manager 3. So we're making a manager 3 position with our company a huge deal, a sweet spot. And I'm telling you, people have hit it their first day, okay? But now, everybody, if you're buying 3 or more products, and hopefully you're doing it on SmartShip, so you're saving all that money, you'll be qualified for the 50% on every customer you have. Every associate or customer that's buying that you brought into this company, folks, look at this pay raise. You just went from needing 21 personally sponsored people to just 7. Why? Because manager 7 is the next sweet spot. We're going to get the world focusing on manager 3, manager 7, manager 3, manager 7. If you want to write something down, write this down. Manager 3 as quick as possible. Manager 7 as quick as possible, although there's no time limits, okay? It's not like, oh, if you don't do this in your first week or 2, you lose the ability to qualify this way. No. Whenever you buy 3 products or more in a month, this is the pay scale that'll pay you on all reorders. But remember this, Manager 3 and Manager 7 are the key. All right, let me take it a little bit deeper. Our rank advancement bonuses, we already have this. When you hit Manager 7, everybody, you get a $200 bonus. And by the way, it doesn't matter what the 7 people are buying. They could just be buying a single product. You're still qualified for everything I just showed you. They don't have to buy the trio, right? They could just buy 1 product. You'll get that $200 bonus when you hit the 7th customer/associate that comes in. And then, of course, when you become a 5K, you'll get a $500 bonus. How do you become a 5K, everybody? It's simple. The volume from those 7 people you brought in. You know, if at least 2 of them are building and you've got 5,000 of volume on your team, you're getting that $500 bonus. As a matter of fact, 100% of these bonuses that you're looking at on the screen, they all come from your volume that's built by those 7 folks that you bring in, or a couple of them, or if you bring in more. It all counts. Every time you hit 10K, 25, or as you're going up the scale, you'll earn those bonuses. Here's what's brand new for today. Here's something we're putting in as of today. And folks, this is already live. What I'm showing you is active. We're adding a Manager 3 bonus. It's $50. And you might be saying, Stu, yeah, it's only $50. You just showed me all these bonuses to talk about $50. Yes, I did. Here's why. If you can get a brand new person in and get them to go get 3 customers, not only are they going to get paid the commissions from those customers, but they're going to get a $50 bonus check. Folks, that check is the most important one they can get. It's enough money to make this real. I had somebody tell me recently, if I just had an extra $50 for diapers, it makes all the difference in the world, right? So we've added a Manager 3 bonus, and everybody check this out. We're going to get the world to focus on these 2 positions, Manager 3, Manager 7, Manager 3, Manager 7. When I said we're going to nano size this, it's good. What I meant by that is we're going to get everybody just thinking about a little piece of this. And if you focus on Manager 3 or Manager 7 and you get that done and you teach everyone to do the same, this is it. This is the focus. This is the simplicity of the SAM. Look, nobody's saying this is easy. We're just saying it's simple and it's worth it. Okay? People can become Manager 3s and Manager 7s. And if you get everybody focusing on that, then the rest of this will take care of itself. Okay, that's how you get to that 89,250. You become a Manager 3, then a Manager 7, and you teach them to do the same. And as they're building their teams, focusing on Manager 3s and Manager 7s, you get credit for 100% of all of that volume. Folks, this is the key. Okay, let me just break it down for you. First thing you want to do, become a Manager 3. First thing you want to teach people when you get them in is they should become a Manager 3. Now they'll get that $50 bonus plus the commissions off what they sold to 3 people, right? Second thing, Manager 7, $200 bonus. Now, folks, think about this. With what we've got going on, Manager 7 can blow this whole thing up. But Manager 3 is the beginning. Okay, you get people to be thinking, my first goal is Manager 3, my second and biggest goal is Manager 7, and then teach others to do the same thing, and the rest of it takes care of itself. Folks, there's going to be a ton of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, more than likely, people buying potentially millions, these 3 products. That's what's going to happen. Now, look, when they just buy them at the regular wholesale price, it's the fairest price in the industry. Where can you get glutathione in your body in 4 seconds? That's not a needle or an injection, and it tastes like cupcakes for $79.97 for a whole month's supply. A whole month's supply, everybody, less than $3 a day. Same thing with the Xantho Mist and the Moringa Mist, right? They could pick any one of those for $79.97. If they buy 2, it'd be $159. If they buy 3, it'd be $239. But what are most people going to do? They're going to stick it on Smart Ship. Why? Because it instantly gives them the savings, even on their very first order, and they can cancel it at any time, right? And there's no charge for the Smart Ship service. Guess what? Now when they buy that first bottle, they're going to save $8 immediately. What about when they buy 2? They're going to save $32, folks. There's a reason to get 2. How about all 3? They're going to save $72. Let's put this into perspective. Everybody needs glutathione, mangosteen, and moringa. Everybody needs it all. What if they could get each of those for only $58.98? Less than $2 per day, right? Even when you add all 3 together, you're still spending less per day than one of those unhealthy cups of coffee. If people do this, and we just teach Manager 3, Manager 7, Manager 3, Manager 7. Look at what happens to a brand new person that comes in. They share about these 3 myths with people using the videos and everything. You're going to have tons of tools, right? You'll have what David just did, and they start getting people and then themselves first to Manager 3 and Manager 7. Check this out. This would be your earnings. If you joined our company today and you focused on Manager 3, $50 bonus. Pretty exciting, right? How about this? $200 bonus. What if those 7 people bought these 3 myths each? You'd make another $250, more than that actually in commissions. I just wanted a round number. Folks, now you've made $500 and you can do it in your first day or week. How exciting is this? How real will that make it for people? So this is what we're doing, everybody. We are now going to teach the whole comp plan to any leader that thinks they need to know everything about everything to make this happen. But we're going to teach the world about Manager 3 and Manager 7. That's what I meant by nano-sizing the comp plan. It's the thinking about the comp plan. If you really only need to know about Manager 3, Manager 7, and teach others to do the same and know the same, and guess what? Everything else happens. You can literally become a manager 7 and never bring in another person and make it to the top of the compensation plan by just helping a couple of those people build. Folks, this is nuts. This is incredible. Okay. So, with that being said, you saw the slide that Reed showed you where, hey, if you one person a week, after 12 weeks, if everybody just did it, and we don't expect this to work, it's not a perfect world, not everybody's going to do it, but if you did end up with those 4,096 people on your team, if they were just spending that 45 a month, you saw you'd make over 12,000 a month. How about if they were spending 100, over 28,000? I changed this. Reed had $135 here because when his slide was made, we didn't have Moringa launched yet. We were just talking about Glutamist, Xanthomist, and the Exhilarate product. Trust me, a bunch of people are going to buy these three and add Exhilarate, add Shape and Burn, add the shakes, which are free anyway because they replace meals. Exactly like what Fred said. Try all the products, right? Well, so it's really not going to be that $135 that Reed had on his slide. It could be more like the 168, which unlocks the same bonuses. Everybody, here's the thing, okay? I don't want to make this all about money. I really, really don't. But money is important. But in closing, when you ask people what are the biggest purchases of their life, which takes money, right? The number one thing people say is their house, okay? And in America anyway, the average house payment is 2209, and trust me, you don't get this house, okay, for that kind of money. Then you say, what's the second biggest purchase? They always say their car. And 735 a month is the average car payment in America. We're spending this kind of money on our houses and our cars, right? And really, they're not the biggest and most expensive or important, let me say, purchases of your life. It's actually your health. Because if you get sick, watch what happens expense wise, okay? It's out of control. So here's what we're saying. Do what you need to do. And we believe these three myths are the system for total health, the best thing you can do for your health. And guess what? Look at what's more important, your house, your car, or your health, right? This is what I like to share with people. If you don't take care of your body, where will you live? When I ask people where they live, they usually give me a city or whatever, and I go, no, 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 no. Where do you live? And they go, well, in my house. And then I go, no, actually, it's in your body. Here's the reason why. You can take your body to a new house. You can buy a new house. If God forbid your house burns down, you can get a new one or move in with a friend or something like that. But if you lose the only body you have, you can't buy a new one, everybody. We need to take care of our bodies. And if you take care of the only body you have, you will live a better, happier, and a healthy life, right? And then what happens is you just start talking to people about that, and you share about these products that we have, and you share about how, and our company's got a great way for you to make money helping spread the word and stuff, and the rest will take care of itself. You just do more of it. So everybody, the Moringa is live in your shopping carts right now. You can go buy it. If you've already got the dynamic duo on SmartShip, those of you that don't know that goes away. The end of this month, we're not going to sell those two myths for $99.97 anymore. They're in your shopping cart right now. I wouldn't pick 3 individual bottles today. If you've got the dynamic duo on SmartShip, all you've got to do is buy this on SmartShip. You'll get it for the 30% off. And you'll get to keep the dynamic duo forever for that $50 per bottle instead of $56. Okay. So the bottom line is, everybody, you can start buying this today. They're going to ship out in the order that the sales come in, and they will ship the first week of October. If some of you are like, I got to wait 10 days for it to ship out or anything like that, you were going to have to wait till March or February. And then after we saw the importance of this and how those three go together, and David was like a little kid, going, oh my gosh, this is it. This is like the missing piece of the puzzle. We have the system now. And the way it was explained to me is it's like with, skincare, like ladies look for a system because they know there's not any one product that does it all. You need a cleanser, you need a toner, you need a serum, you need this, you need that. The average system is 3 to 5 products. This system of 3 products is what you need for total self health, which we all know is really, really you. So, with that being said, everybody, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I just want to look you in the eyes and I'm going to spend one more minute with you. Just one more minute, okay? You have no idea what's coming next. You have no idea. All I can tell you is we are in for the run of our lives. I've been in this industry. I literally, everybody, literally right now am 59 years old. October 30th, I'll be 60. Okay. You have all heard me joke about it, but it's really not a joke. When I was 30, I felt like I was 60. Now I'm 60 and I feel like I'm 30, right? That's the products. That's the products. Okay. Everyone should be doing these products. But let me tell you something else. A couple of times in my life, I saw something come together where it changed everything. One time in my life, I was struggling to make $4,000 a month just to pay my bills. Once in my life, okay? And then all of a sudden, I saw something not as exciting about what's happening to all of you right now and everything we're unfolding. And next thing I know, within months, I was making over $100,000 a month. Why? Because it all came together. Folks, xosialX has all come together. What you're about to have happen can be the biggest thing in your life, financially, health-wise, all of it. We've got what people are hoping for and praying for, but it's up to you to spread the word. So I just want to say thank you for being a part of our family. I'm not going to cry right now. Everybody's like, Stu, you're too emotional. You're too this, you're too that. Here's all I know. I'm not. I'm excited. And I'm excited for all of you. And I thank God for the Reeds of the world, the Freds of the world, the Collies of the world, the Chantels, the Davids, the Pats, the all of you, the Dr. Zinnies that get it, that he's not just looking for the almighty dollar. He's like, how can I help more people, right? That's what this is all about. So, Collie, love you. I'm going to turn it back over to you and you can wrap us up. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Stu. And that's it. I can't follow that. We've all got a new product to promote. We've got something to call everybody about. Let's do it. Let's make sure that we are taking advantage of the specials and the sales. I love the dynamic duo. And then just you can pre-order it today. And you can also add it to your smart chip today. I just checked that out. So I'm both pre-ordering and putting it on my smart chip for next month. So with that, thank you. All of the speakers today were fantastic. Appreciate every single one of you. Love the new thing that Stu just showed. So we're going to have these recordings available. You can go back and look at it. The new promo. I don't know if you got it, but if you're on 3 products, you get that 50% off with just 7 people. You don't have to get to 21. Which, by the way, we didn't even talk about how many people a lot of these leaders have enrolled. Reed Nelson is over 21, so he's enjoying that. He's over 30, I think. I don't remember what the number is now. But he's been enjoying that 50%, but you can enjoy it now too with just 7 people if you've got 3 products in Smart Chip. So that's huge. Make sure that you're taking advantage of all that. Thank you all for joining us here today, and love and appreciate every single one of you. And we'll see you on the next call. Bye, everyone.